Welcome Toro fam, welcome to my domain. If you haven't already, subscribe to the link. For this particular job, we are going to be using Sherwood by Sherwin-Williams. It's low gloss, it's a lacquer base paint. We have our shellac, and that's for our prime coat. We have our lacquer thinner, and we have our denatured alcohol. This stuff is basically all solvent based. So it does leave a harsh smell. Even if we have ventilations, you still will have some kind of smell in your home. So it's always recommended for homeowners to go outside, step outside for, while we're spraying. Everything's gonna be bubbled off, and we are gonna have a ventilation system going, but most of the times you can still smell the smell of lacquer. So it's always recommended, just kind of air it out once we're done. Usually the smell lasts about 24 hours. I always recommend, if it's nice weather, to open up windows, let it air out. It's mainly just in your kitchen area. So we always tell homeowners just to stay out of the area for about 24 hours. Once that's clear, then you should be fine the next day. There's other products that are available. There's a water-based lacquer that we like to use for people that are more prone to the smell, that they're more sensitive to it. We always do offer that option as well. Alright, so we're jumping into day one. What we expect from you as a homeowner. We always like to ensure that all these drawers are empty. Anything that you have as far as your cabinet, you don't have to necessarily empty them out. We're always good to push them back, and because all this is going to get papered off. Anything that you have as far as your counters, we always try to ensure that no electronics or any special plates or anything like that. Basically clear everything out as much as you can so we are able to work. Now your top, any decorations, we like to make sure it's empty. Welcome back. Day one, what to expect. Normally on day one, as you can see, all our cabinets, you're just gonna be left with the face of them. So you're not gonna have your doors on day two, because we'll obviously be working on them either outside, or in most occasions I like to take them to my shop and I work from them from home. All right, so now we have our doors removed. Usually, yes, it does look clean. Oh my God, perfect, right? No, it's not. So in order for our product to go in order for our product or our tape to stay, even though it looks clean, it feels clean, there's a lot of contaminants on the actual frame. So I personally, us at Toros, what we use is some lacquer thinner. So I just wipe it down with lacquer thinner, make sure all the grease is off. Once we're done with the lacquer, wiping off all the contaminant, or most of it, I always like to hit it with the 320 fine grit sander. Either that or the orbital sander. So a lot of people think that we sand all the way down to bare wood. No, we do not. These cabinets, the product that we use is the shellac, so it sticks onto any surface, most of it. So what we like to do is give it a good scuff sand everywhere, on the edges, on the lips, on the sides, everywhere that our product is going to be applied. All right, so now we got everything sanded and it's ready for the masking stage. So what I mask, or what anyone that's spraying cabinets would do, is mask the inside of the cabinet, and that's why it's so important for you as a customer to push anything back. So like that, it gives us room to work. We have our masker, we have our tape. So then what I was trying to explain, I know it's always hard to explain and kind of visualize something. So this is exactly what we do. Here, so we don't roll cabinets. We like to get that fine finished look. So this is what to expect. You can see we got everything masked up and ready to go. this is what we're talking about, where we need you as a customer to leave all this space empty, as now you can see that we have everything masked off. So it wouldn't be good to have a bunch of stuff everywhere. So the same thing, we got everything empty up there. No worries, we're gonna show everything up, make sure that everything's covered. Your microwave is covered and your dishwasher is covered. Normally we do cover your stove. In this occasion, we removed it since the house is vacant. But yes, this is basically what you're gonna see on the first day. The stuff's already lacquered, sand, scuff sand and everything. All your impurities or any type of grease is already removed. And we are ready to start shooting our primer. Everybody. Well, first I'm gonna take you guys step by step with the whole cabinet door process. Mainly what I like to do is, well, what all of us that are professionals do, we remove all the hardware first. Remove all your hinges, remove all your knobs, everything. Anything that's a hardware, we remove it just to make sure we just have the bare wood, just the panel. So what I like to do is, when it comes down to this type of areas right here, I like to take off a lot of the grease that comes through here, because this is where we're gonna have issues with our primer and with our final coat. But for me to clean the cabinet, I like to use lacquer thinner. It does not damage the cabinet. I just go and wipe it down with lacquer thinner, because it does heat up that grease, and it's easy for me to remove all this grease. As you can see, all this grease is coming up. So after I do my whole lacquer clean, I like to go back and scuff sand. We do the scuff sand with the product that we use, as far as Extreme Bond primer or any type of shellac primer. There's not the need to sand them down to bare wood, because the stuff that we use, it's meant for a bonding. Now, anything that I didn't get with the lacquer, I like to sand everything off to make sure that all these little dots of grease or anything like that get sanded off. The grooves like this, of course, I do tend to hit more, just to make sure it gets more of these little scratches and dings out. And then, of course, if need be, then I do like a Bondo type Bondo type fill, or a wood filler, just to make sure that all these dings are gone. Okay, people, now that we're done with our sanding, I like to clean them off one more time, because you still have all the dust from the scuff sand. So I do one more step of lacquer. I like to use lacquer because it dries fast. It doesn't leave the cabinet wet. All right, welcome back, and we're here for the next step of our cabinet project. so this is our prime coat. We just did our first coat. We let this dry and then hit it one more time to ensure that there's proper coverage. And since we're doing a white color, white finish coat, we want to make sure that it doesn't bleed through any of the old oak color. Then once that's done with the primer, I like to flip them over and then do the same process, repeat the same process, do 2 coats, let it dry, set them up in your rack, and then stack up the next ones. But that's our almost final coat. All right, so we're back right here. We're doing the final coat on our cabinet doors. This is satin finish, so you notice that there's no gloss to it. That's what the customer wanted. But as to say, this is the first coat of 2. So I'm about to hit the second coat and get these on the rack.